You know that feeling when you finally walk through the door after a long day at work, but instead of resting, the real work begins. Yep, that's mom life. If you ever feel like your evenings are a non-stop marathon of cooking and cleaning and trying to stay sane, trust me, you're not alone. In today's video, I'm taking you along on my realistic after-work routine as a busy working mom while I somehow manage to get it all done. Or at least I try to. Let's roll up our sleeves and let's get prepping. Because I work as a school nurse, that means I have a pretty good schedule. I'm usually home at around 3 o'clock, which gives me a little bit of time to take care of my home and take care of myself right before the kids come home. So the first thing that I do when I get into the house is assess the madness that was left over from the morning routine, because I'm the first one to leave the house and my husband is in charge of getting the kids ready and onto the school buses. So I don't really know what state my house is in when I am returning, and I'm very happy to report that today it doesn't look that terrible. As you can see, there's a few things laying around here and there, there's a few dishes in the sink, but really overall not so terrible. At this point, I take a few short minutes to reset my kitchen because honestly, a clean and tidy kitchen just quiets my mind, to be honest. I don't wash any dirty dishes at this stage because let's face it, in a few short hours, there'll be another pile for me to wash, and I just prefer to leave it all until the end. Instead, I concentrate on clearing off all of my counters and putting all of the dishes away from the previous night. So many of you in my previous videos have commented that you have such long days at work where you only get home at around 7 or 8 o'clock at night, which is so difficult. I can't even imagine prioritizing like cooking dinner as soon as you get home or taking care of your house. It must be so difficult, and I know I'm so lucky that I'm home at around 3 to 3:30 every single day from work. I don't know how you guys do it. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you cook the night before? Do you meal prep on Sundays? I can't wait to read it in the comments. I remember my first job as a nurse, I had the worst schedule. I was like the covering schedule, so I was working from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. 3 to 4 times a week, and it was so bad. The schedule was terrible. Like I barely had enough time in the morning to do anything because it took me an hour to get to work, and then at night, forget it. I was like dead tired, and I don't miss those days. I'm so happy that I've gotten out of the hospital jobs. I used to work in the ER for a little bit, and I couldn't do it. That was just too brutal and too hard for me. This took me about 5 minutes to basically wipe down my counters, put away all of the dishes, and now I'm ready to leave the kitchen and devote some time to myself. For the past few weeks, I've been trying to do a workout every single day when I can, mostly on Monday through Wednesday, because Thursday is just very difficult because of Shabbat prep. But I go upstairs, I lay out my mat, and I do a very quick workout, usually 5 to 7 minutes, nothing longer, because then I get all in my head that I don't want to do it, that it's too difficult. But this just creates like no excuses in my mind because it's so fast-paced. And I'm going to link the 2 videos that I've loved in the description box below. I know it's only 7 minutes, but it always kicks my butt. That's done now. Before we continue on with our routine, I just wanted to take a little bit of time and share with you about my Thrive Market order. Thank you, Thrive Market, for sponsoring today's video. Thrive Market, if you don't know, is a membership-based online grocery store. Thrive Market offers healthier versions for your everyday items shipped straight to your door. Orders over $49 also get shipped for free. I'm getting a lot of messages from all of you about what I get from them, what kind of things I enjoy getting from them, specifically that are kosher. So the first order I got are snacks. Being that I'm getting a little bit more health conscious as I'm getting older and wiser, I'm looking for snacks that have very clean ingredients, specifically no seed oils, no food colorings. So I got this
This popcorn, it specifically says that it comes with virgin coconut oil, which is great, which is important to me. Also, veggie sticks, they're always a favorite in our house. These are the Go-Go Squeeze yogurts. I want to have something in my bag that I'm not going to feel guilty about giving my baby, and this is the perfect treat with good, clean ingredients. This is a staple. Every single time I make an order with Thrive Market, I get these mac and cheese. My kids love it. It tastes good, and we enjoy them. Another thing are chocolate chip cookies. Yummy, delicious is the Partake brand, and it's vegan and gluten-free. That's another thing with Thrive Market, that you can very easily, with a few click of a button on your screen or on your phone, just narrow down exactly what you're looking for and what you want out of the experience, whether you're gluten-free, dairy-free, if you want dye-free, paleo, whole 360. You can simply refine your search very quickly and just see those options for you, which makes it very streamlined and just a nice, pleasant way to shop. So this is just quick, easy, and for those of us busy moms, it's just a time saver. Another thing that we enjoy getting from Thrive Market is definitely avocado oil in the glass jar specifically. I find that they have the cheapest price, at least when I looked, and that's what I like about Thrive Market. Also, they have a price match guarantee, so if you find it cheaper elsewhere, they will give you the price. Coconut aminos. This is actually my first time getting the coconut aminos from them. It's a soy sauce replacement. It's supposed to be better for you. So I can't wait to try that out with my Chinese food. Another thing that I love getting from them are their vitamins. It's very hard for me to find good quality vitamins with not a lot of junk inside of it. So I got this Mary Ruth vitamin C gummies for them. We've been liking that. I also love getting for them the Garden of Life multivitamins for my kids. They're chewables, they're kosher, and they're just very high quality, and I enjoy giving that to them also. This is the fruit gummies. My kids always like a sweet treat like any normal child, but I don't want to give them loads of candies and chocolates and things like that. So I love that this has organic mango and organic passion fruit as the ingredients. It's very clean. I don't feel guilty giving it to them, and I'm happy that they can take it as a snack. Lollipops. This is our Shabbos treat for the kids. They get lollipops from when they come back from shul. They always give out tons of candy in shul, and they're not the best. So I try to take those away and give them these as a replacement. Great clean ingredients: almond flour, coconut sugar, arrowroot. It's just pure and simple. And whenever I'm in a time crunch and I need to make something really quickly, this is my go-to because I won't feel guilty about giving this to my family and friends and to my children. We have been making yogurt parfaits, and this is the granola that I put on top of it. So I just meal prep them on a Sunday, and we have them in the fridge, and we could just take it and go. Delicious, easy, and simple, and very, very good ingredients as well. Ooh, I get their nutritional yeast also. I make the best dairy-free popcorn on Sunday nights. Usually Sunday lunches, we have a meat type of lunch, and we can't have dairy popcorn with it. If you don't know, we don't mix milk and meat. So I found this, I think it was on Instagram or Pinterest. I found this great recipe for dairy-free popcorn with nutritional yeast. I should actually make a video and share it with you guys. You're gonna love it. It's so easy, so delicious, and it tastes dairy. And I get it from Thrive Market. I'm also trying to clear out our not so great cereals, and they have amazing cereal options that are just healthy, amazing ingredients like maca root, astragalus, reishi, all these very interesting healthy names. Another treat for Shai and I are these yummy chocolate bars. Actually, one of my viewers recommended this. I saw it on their Instagram story that they bought these, and it is almonds and sea salt. They have other varieties, but I cannot wait to dig into this. Thrive Market is very generously offering our viewers 30% off your first order with Thrive Market. So click the link in the description box below. Go to thrivemarket.com/Sonyas Prep to get 30% off your first order and a gift for up to $60. Before I know it, the first of my kids walk through the door. It's actually quite nice that they all don't get home all at the same time, because it just gives me some time to bond with each of them individually as they trickle into the house. Aviva gets started on her homework while I prep dinner.
Can I show them your grade? Wow, look what Aviva got.
This video was filmed on Monday, and typically on Monday we do have leftovers from Shabbat, but we didn't have that much leftover, so I decided to make another meal. So we're making some mashed potatoes and fish in the oven, which turned out so amazing. I can't wait to share the recipe with you. I basically peeled a bunch of potatoes, and I'm going to be slicing up an onion to saute. The potatoes are gonna go into a pot of water and start boiling while I chop up and saute that onion. So many of us went through such an emotional past couple of weeks with the news of what's happening in Israel with the Bibas family. I've been in tears, I feel like, so many days, and I wanted something comforting and warm, and mashed potatoes and fish just seemed the perfect thing to eat this night. And everyone who's watching me from Israel, because I feel like based on my analytics, there's so many of you that do. We all feel the pain and the suffering, and we're just praying for happier days. After placing the potatoes in the water to boil, I chopped up one onion, as you saw, to saute, which I then will add into the mashed potatoes. If you have never tried adding sauteed onions to mashed potatoes, trust me, you need to. It adds such a delicious depth of flavor. I season the onions with some salt and pepper, as you'll see, and I mix it every few minutes until it's golden and soft. This is exactly what you're looking for in the onions, as because we cut up the potatoes so small, they are just about ready to be drained, and I do reserve about 2 cups of the starchy water just to set aside in case I'll need to thin out the mashed potatoes later on. I'm taking a quick pause from the kitchen and cooking for dinner, getting dressed and getting into the car on my way to pick up my baby from daycare. I love seeing his delicious face light up when he sees me. We all hop in the car and drive home, and around the same time my middle boys get home from school. I highly encourage them to put their shoes and coats into the closet, but to be honest, there are still days where they forget, quote unquote, and leave them on the floor. It's still a work in progress. It's around 5:15 now, and the boys start doing their homework while I warm up some of the soup for dinner. This is basically a meatball soup. It was thoroughly enjoyed by all. The baby gets also a little treat after he's done. He gets a little tea biscuit. And now that everyone is nice and full, it's time to finish up our dinner of mashed potatoes and fish. And I'll take you along on how I finished it all off. After I mash the potatoes with some of the starchy water, I add in the sauteed onions and mix well. Lately, I've been loving adding in oil into my mashed potatoes instead of the dairy-free butter, and we have been truly loving that addition. I mix it all thoroughly, and it's just creamy, so full of flavor. You've got to try it. Now on to the fish recipe. I have flounder here laid out on a tray, and I sprinkle that with some salt, also some paprika and avocado oil. I then add in 2 crushed garlic cloves, some dill, and a new flavor that I've been experimenting with is some amba sauce. Just a teaspoon of it. It adds a really great depth of flavor. Of course, I add in a half a squeezed lemon to the top as well and mix everything thoroughly throughout the fish. The colors and flavors came out really amazingly. I bake it uncovered in a 400-degree preheated oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's fully cooked through. Once the fish was done, I sprinkled on some of the reserved dill right over the top, and it was so flavorful, so juicy, and it looked incredible. Right after dinner, I encouraged the kids to get changed into their pajamas and read a short book, and then they are free to play until it's bedtime. My husband tends to get home between 6:30 and 7 and helps with any homework that hasn't been done yet or hasn't been completed yet. We sit down and have dinner together and just generally catch up on our day. By 7 o'clock, my 4 youngest head on upstairs, brush their teeth, and head on off to bed while I'm busy putting the baby to sleep. While I'm upstairs, I just rotate the laundry, I place it into the dryer. This was the best thing that I did in this house when I moved in, is place the washer and dryer upstairs. It just saves me so much time. Meanwhile, the bigger kids are downstairs and they have their own chores that they do. Each night they rotate emptying out the dishwasher or loading it, as well as tidying up the living room. The dishwasher at this point was fully loaded. I turn it on and wash whatever has not been washed, like the big pots and pans and dairy dishes. As a tired mom, I've had plenty of nights where I left the sink full of dishes thinking I'll deal with them in the morning. And at that time in my life, it was the perfect thing to do. I was busy, I was tired, but now I feel like I've learned that waking up to a clean kitchen makes a huge difference in my mood. I don't wake up cranky because the first thing I see is the things that I have to accomplish that I didn't the night before. So washing my dishes now before bed isn't just a chore, it's something that I need to do for myself so that I can wake up in a better mood. Otherwise, the first thing that I wake up to is this mess from the night before, and that's never a great way to start the day. This year particularly, I've had such a bad eczema flare-up on my hands and my fingers especially, so I've been wearing gloves whenever I wash the dishes, but these gloves are so horrible. This brand, you see the right thumb, it just popped open as soon as I scratched something with my thumb on the dish. I need to find a better brand of gloves. And if you guys have any suggestions on how to tame my eczema, I've tried everything by removing dairy and gluten and even putting on steroidal cream, but it's still not going away. It's so nice to see a clean kitchen sink at the end of the day. More often than not, the kitchen needs a quick vacuum, and we have been loving this cordless Dyson vacuum. Before I close the kitchen for the night, I prepare breakfast for the next day. Some mornings it's omelets, some mornings it's pancakes. Mornings are hectic enough as it is, so I try to prep ahead of time to make my life easier during the madness of the morning rush. I lay out my clothes for the next day and quickly finish up folding my laundry that I've done on Sunday, but there's just a never endless stream of laundry. And just like that, I sorted out by child into each bin. My older kids fold their own, and all I'm in charge of is folding my babies and ours, my husband's and I's. And there's always that one sock that has no pair. Where did the sock go? Finally, my nighttime routine is coming to an end. I finish off my night by taking a nice hot shower, doing some skincare, and hopping into bed. Well, I hope you enjoyed my busy nighttime routine as a working mom. And if you did, I would so appreciate it if you would give it a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Happy prepping from my family to yours.